Okay, testing, 1, 2, 3, testing, 1, 2, 3, testing. Hey everybody, welcome to the show. Welcome to episode 6 of Maroon Mondays Live. I'm Andrew, your host, and excuse the echo, I don't know where that's coming from. Yep. Welcome to episode 6 of Maroon Mondays Live. I'm Andrew, your host, excuse the echo, I don't know where that's coming from. Welcome to episode 6 of Maroon Mondays Live. Hello? I don't know. Excuse me. I'm sorry, I realized where that echo was coming from. As it turns out, it was me clicking on YouTube Live Control Room, which lets me check how the stream is coming along. And since we all know how that usually goes, that explains why this live show now sounds like a portal to hell. And if you live in Chicago and frequent a certain TV website that does stuff like this, you'll stand and might actually laugh at the jokes. So then again, having an actual joke you laugh at here is rare. So let's get the show started with the topics we go into. And since you saw the poster for this week's show, you've already known Trump, or as I like to call him now, Orange. His staffers trying to protect him like the stupid little king that he is. His son Eric Trump under fire for being an idiot. Well, not being an idiot. We already know he's an idiot, but this one thing he is an idiot for, and pretty much makes him out to be a stupid, inhumane, disgusting piece of shit. Coming up, Jerry Seinfeld, a comedian we all know and love for many, many years, and a certain thing he's done this past week, we all pretty much love him for much more. I mentioned in the Facebook page that he cock-blocked Kesha, but that actually did not happen. A word that make it look even funnier, so we'll get to that soon. Also coming up, Amanda Bynes is back in the spotlight. See what she has to say about her long-awaited, or uncaring, depending on the review, escape from being a former actor turned crazy, annoying TMZ fodder little brat. And she might make her return to acting as well. Yay. Also, coming up, we will be talking about one of the newest Marvel movies to come out next year, BlackPanther. Well, actually, it has a teaser trailer that just came out last Friday, and trust me, you are going to love it once we all talk about it. So, well, when I talk about it, you just listen to stuff, whatever. We have all that coming up. But first, I like to take a second out of this blog and this show and mention some saddening news. Yes, one of the most valuable, beloved, funny, charming, and most talented actors of the previous generation of television. In this generation, Adam West. Now, West is definitely a very, very talented actor. Of course, best known for Batman and Bruce Wayne. He starred as these two characters on the 1960s classic and has pretty much inspired many millions of viewers across generation after generation, and several other roles across television decades as well from his years of his career. Roles like Adam West on The Simpsons, Mayor Adam West on Family Guy, and as many other roles that I should know. Basically, they're all guest spots that were memorable just because of his face on screen. Anytime he appears on a television show, he lights up the room, he lights up the scene, and but we also smile. He's definitely one of those recognizable actors we knew and loved for many, many years and many, many TV shows, especially Batman, and he will never be forgotten. And I just want to say thank you for the many roles in television shows you've starred in, I guess, starred in over the years that made us feel grateful to have known you. I've never met the actor himself in person, but to just have known him from his roles on television and in films. Remember, Batman did have a movie as well, back in the 60s as well. If I can remember, the first time I ever got to watch West on screen as an actor, it was a very, very funny movie, goofy movie too, even though I never really noticed it at the time, and really introduced me to the Batman TV show. He was definitely one of the best parts of the show and the movie, and definitely one of the most memorable Batmans. Jumped from the comic books and into the small and big screens. And even though he may seem like an actor that wasn't as big as other actors throughout all television, he definitely was big to us, especially today. He was definitely one of the most memorable and iconic figures of geek culture, nerd culture, whatever you call it, without trying to offend people, because But with his roles in such shows like Batman, The Simpsons, Family Guy, and guest roles on several other television shows, he definitely has become an icon not only of geek culture, but also of all of television. He will be missed, and he never will be forgotten, and always be loved for everything he's put on television screens everywhere. Thank you, sir, for all of your years of your wonderful career. I was thinking of putting it last, but at first, because definitely was a very important figure of all television. So, this to you, Mr. West. Thank you. Okay, I don't know where to go from that. I definitely don't want to transition from one legendary actor to a very disgusting, despising human being. So, I'll get to the Trump stories. Let's see. Well, most of this is Trump, so yeah. Okay. Let's move on to Jerry Seinfeld, quote unquote, cock blocking, or basically just not giving a hug to Kesha. Jerry Seinfeld is already a beloved comedian, but after his latest newsworthy exploit involving Kesha, he just may be even more beloved. Comedian Jerry Seinfeld is a very busy guy, as we all know. He still has his stand-up events, charity events, and his Crackle-turned Netflix series, Comedians in Cars Getting Coffee. Is random people coming up to him and wanting a hug. When singer Kesha met with him at a charity event in Washington, D.C., or some other thing, I don't know. The video was released on social media and has already gone viral thanks to a local radio show in the DC area called The Tommy Show. Now, as soon as I have the video queued up, All right, video's queued up. All right, let's take a listen.
It's hard to just sleep when you're tired, because people are tired most of the time.
Let's start that over. Sorry.
It's hard to just sleep when you're tired, because people are tired most of the time.
I love you so much.
Oh, thanks.
Take a big hug.
No, thanks.
Please?
No, thanks.
A little one.
Yeah, no, thanks.
Oh.
Oh.
I don't know who that was. Yeah, it's Kesha. Okay. Well, I wish you the best.
Okay. Whereas this was just very funny to me for two reasons. I really didn't like Kesha, and for all points, I really liked Seinfeld. His sitcom was one of the most funniest sitcoms ever in Cars Getting Coffee web series. And at times very humbling and warming and sobering experience to watch. I won't say in Kesha's offense, it was pretty harsh not to get a hug from a comic legend like him. On the other hand, in Seinfeld's defense, I don't want someone to bombard me for a hug while I'm busy talking with someone else or doing something else with someone else. They need to come from walking. They need to kick rocks because I'm a little too busy doing something with someone else at the moment. Now, Seinfeld later defended himself, or basically he didn't need to because we already understood right off the bat why he didn't need to. Now he talked with Now he talked with AJ Calloway from Extra about the experience, and review. Seinfeld decided to hug Calloway. Now, as soon as I get this thing queued up, we'll get to that. Hope there's no ad. Okay, here we go.
I'm 63. I don't know every pop star. I don't know everyone. But they say you're not a hugger now. Well, that's a total stranger. You sure? Yeah. Oh, look at that. Many years. I'm just saying, though. I know you 20 years. Yeah, but honestly, how long are you at this rack? It's been a while. 20 years. Okay, I know you 20 years. Thank you.
Okay, you must have known him and loved him as a fan of 106 and Park. You must have known him from there. That's all I'm going to say. It was really sweet that he got the hug because he actually knows him. Like I said before, Seinfeld did not need to explain himself because who Kesha was, and honestly, I would have felt the same way had it happened to me. But then again, the only time people hug me was if it's a family member or friend, and they really hug me anyway, so excuse me for that. But response, I don't mind the fact he did it. It was funny, I enjoyed it, and I don't mind really. Rapping to me, nobody hugging me. It's just keep on moving, keep on pushing, nothing wrong with that. Yeah. I wish had no ill will from this because it was clear, concise, and got sense. And I'll say this. I love Jerry Seinfeld. I don't no problem with that whatsoever. And now from someone making a joke and making us all laugh, making a joke and making us all cry, or as I like to call him, Orange, is definitely screwed up again, but it wasn't from his own court. It was all thanks to me. Now, Comey appeared before Senate on Thursday to testify about his involvement in an investigation against Russia's influence on the election. Trump just standing there, idly by, not knowing much of anything. Now, before I get to some highlights of this, I will say that this was pretty much the sports championship American government at the moment. When the testimony was announced, what they were doing to plan to watch it. The broadcast networks and news networks at the time, the cable news networks, its regular programming to devote coverage for it. Many people packed bars of capacity to watch, tweeted, including, surprisingly, President Orange. Well, not including him, actually, because he was absent from Twitter that day. So Orange Jr., Donald Trump Jr., took his place. Now, as for me myself, I wanted to watch, but since I'm a person who pretty much has something of insomnia, I did watch parts of it, then went to sleep. As important as it would be. If I came to watch on a Thursday morning, just, wasting your time to do, it had to be good. Jump. It was. It really was. Let's do some highlights from an article from NPR and touch on the big moments bit by bit, shall we? Now, from the article, fired FBI Director James Comey. James Comey's much-hyped testimony before the Senate Intelligence Committee was the rare Washington hearing that actually lived up to its billing. If you didn't get in line at 4:15 a.m. Eastern Time Thursday, as some reportedly did to the secure seat in the Senate office building to watch in person, I'm assuming that was a joke there, but then again, not much. Here we go. Comey comes out swinging. From his opening remarks, the fired FBI director made clear he believes President Orange would. Well, actually, it's Trump in the article, but I'm just changing his words because I fucking hate him. President Orange was not truthful when he stated he fired Comey because the FBI was in disarray and poorly led. Quote, those were lies, plain and simple, unquote, Comey said. Adding that Orange, quote, chose to defame me and, more importantly, unquote, in those remarks. Comey learned of his abrupt dismissal while giving a speech and said he was sorry he didn't get a chance to say farewell to his former colleagues. Quote, I'm sorry I didn't get to say goodbye to you properly, unquote. Repeatedly told him he was doing a good job, quote. So it confused me when I saw him on television and that he actually fired me because of the Russia investigation. Comey used, end quote, the L word, again, which is lie, while explaining why he decided to take notes during the meetings with the president. After meeting with the president-elect at the time at Orange Tower, aka Trump Tower, in New York, Comey said he, quote, was honestly concerned he might lie about the content of our meeting. So I felt I had to write it down. Now, as the article said right that it was very interesting, very entertaining as well. Very shocking, too. Now, we all know that Orange pretty much lied about the reason why he fired Comey from the FBI director position, because the FBI was in a poor state, when that's not true. It's clear about that. The writing was on the wall at the point. But to hear him say it up front, straight up, no subtlety that he lied, was pretty shocking to say the least. Basically watching every word come out of his mouth that pretty much said, the president is a liar and I have proof, really had you glued to your seat. And in my case, really had me glued away from my bed to watch this. It was quite an eye-opener there. We're going to continue with obstruction of justice. Comey was asked several times about Orange's request to Comey to drop the Bureau's investigation into former Orange National Security Advisor Michael Flynn and whether it amounted to an attempt to obstruct the probe. Comey said it was up to special counsel Robert Mueller to decide. But Comey said he did, quote, take as a direction, unquote, the president's words to mean he should drop the investigation. He refused to do so. He also said it was significant that Trump told other officials in the Oval Office to leave before saying to Comey, that Flynn was a good guy. Let this go, quote unquote. Comey said, quote, why did he kick everybody out of the office? Investigator is a very significant fact, unquote. He later thought Orange's firing of him was an effort to hinder the FBI's investigation into Russian meddling, which he said was, quote, a big deal, unquote. I'm going to stop saying quote and unquote because it seems like a drinking game at this point. This really got crazy as soon as it increased because everybody out of the Oval Office to talk to one person in private may seem like no big deal or anything, but for something like talking to the FBI director about trying to cut off the rope into Russian investigation was how much of a petty, disgusting, now sadly leader Orange was, and how much he would try on his own accord to stop the Russian investigation by telling Comey himself to stop it. How shocking, or in your case, not very shocking, the Russian investigation that Orange was trying to stop would be, because of the fact that he ain't a good leader, and he'll do everything to make sure everything is wiped clean without realizing he's pretty much wiped it all even dirtier. And even if you don't like Comey, you must admit, at least he was trying to do his job without the president trying to hinder everything. Basically, I pretty much would like to side with Comey and honestly say that what he's doing is, while questionable, isn't exactly a bad thing. Sorry. Let's go to the last section I'm going to talk about right now. Good Lord, release the tapes. Comey said he was aware. The president tweeted Comey had better hope there were no tapes of his conversations with Comey. Comey injected a moment of levity, exclaiming, Lordy, I hope there are tapes. He had no problem with the Orange releasing tapes if they exist. Now, here's video of that exact moment, which has really become viral, which is surprising because of a political moment like this actually grabbing people's attention today. But then again, it's under the Orange administration, so what can you do?
I've seen the tweet about tapes. Lordy, I hope there are tapes. I remember saying, I agree he's a good guy, as a way of saying I'm not agreeing with what you just asked me to do. Again, maybe other people would be stronger in that circumstance, but that's how I conducted myself. I hope I'll never have another opportunity. Maybe if I did it again, I would do it better.
I never knew the guy could have such a nice little joke under that large, heavy layer. And this part was just as interesting as this, if not for the way he said, Lordy, I hope there are tapes. But for Orange to just come out and say, hey, buddy, tapes of our conversation, because I will leak them and ruin your ass as soon as you get fired. It really just makes me wonder, why in the hell would you say something like that? Your conversation's supposed to be private. You're supposed to make it so, not make it public like that. And because of that, he had to do something about it. And that's what he did. He leaked as much info in his memo as he had to. And because of Orange's actions, his stupid actions, this is where we are. And honestly, for a moment like this, it was pretty much came up as interesting as it was and supposed to be from the moment it's announced. The Comey testimony really was a moment in time under the Orange administration to look for. And it was just as interesting and even exciting as it was supposed to be. Pretty much at this moment, it makes us all wonder. Will this testimony and all the words that Comey has said during it and much more information to pile up on the already mounting evidence, I will call for Orange's impeachment. Well, I'm not 100% sure at the moment. I will say I am hovering over yes. I'm kind of sure that it would. I'm not entirely sure, but it will be where we probably will be in the next year or so. All right, one orange story down, another to go. Continuing on our sad, miserly talk of Orange continuing to not keep true with America, Deputy Press Secretary Sarah Huckabee-Sanders said in a press conference that he is, quote, not a liar. Oh, really? This is exactly what she said in the press conference.
No, I can definitively say the president's not a liar. I think it's frankly insulting that question would be asked.
Let's play that again. Yeah.
No, I can definitively say the president's not a liar. I think it's frankly insulting that question would be asked.
Not a liar, huh? Liar. And you think that's insulting? Despite what your boss goes to do for this nation on a near daily basis with every other group of people on this planet? Huh? That obviously is a lie. And I don't want to get to it, but damn, I'll get to it. She wants to say that the president is not a liar, despite the obvious mounting evidence that proves that he is. She cannot be either that stupid or is trying so hard to defend him or protect him at this point, despite the fact she may look like a dumb-ass fool. He may be both, but at this point, let me show you this. Now, Orange's lies were all over the place, and it started even before the campaign season began. That's just a few of the most obvious lies. He's claimed, and for a long time stood by the fact, that Barack Obama was not born in this country. We all know that he is, so it's been proven by Obama himself. So that's a lie. He's claimed that his casinos in Atlantic City have not gone bankrupt. They, along with many other business ventures he's taken part in, Trump Steaks, Trump University, Trump Real Estate, Trump Books, Trump Board Game, etc., have indeed gone bankrupt several times. So that's another lie. He claimed to be the greatest jobs president God has ever created. Unquote. Sorry. His work in boosting employment so far has sputtered since taking office. His big blunder, promising to bring back thousands of jobs to this country, condition company Carrier. 1,000 of those jobs returned to that company in America. Others are still in another country. And whatever you hear about government have been small. I've never heard of any job reports from this administration yet, but you can damn well believe, and I can damn well believe, that they're not good. When he was younger, Orange once stated that his dad gave him $1 million to start his real estate empire. It was actually $40 million. Yet another lie. During the campaign, Orange once flat out stated that he saw in New Jersey of the World Trade Center on 9/11. Even he knows that wasn't true. Grandstanding is a delicious disease, isn't it? So yet another lie. Last week, Orange said, soon after dropping the U.S. out of the Paris Climate Accord, that it wasn't fair to the coal industry. The coal industry has been dying for the past decade and has only helped the 1%. At least from what I know. The Accord would have taken it out of its misery and helped do us all a favor by using cleaner emissions and cleaner, much useful and much more smarter ideas like wind and like wind power. That works. So yeah, another lie. He once accused the father of Ted Cruz of helping Lee Harvey Oswald plan the assassination of John F. Kennedy. Why? And obviously a damn dick move. The murder rate in the U.S., as he claimed, was at its highest in 45 years. Nice piece of fear-mongering? Terrible piece of lie. And lastly, he believed that Barack Obama was wiretapping him just before his election. Come on. Excuse me for 1 second. Tyler will be down in a few minutes. See, Sarah, this is your boss, the President of the United States. He's not what you think he is. And he's not what you think he wants you to think he is. And a shitty politician. And he's not a good liar either. She also had a problem answering a simple question about Orange's travel ban after the question from reporter April Ryan. Sure, she tried her best to defend it, but she failed. But this one sentence she slipped last week pretty much pissed me off. So, Sarah Huckabee-Sanders, and why President Orange is not a liar? Give me a damn break, bitch. Now that's insulting. And to add on to stupidity, White House Speaker took that to another level in a press conference by claiming that Orange is new to this. Or exaggerating. Listen.
Why not do it yourself?
Excuse me.
The president's new at this government, and so he probably wasn't steeped in the long-running protocols that establish the relationships between DOJ, FBI, and White Houses. He's just new to this.
What? You serious? Come on. What? Okay. I see there. I see what you're doing here. Okay. President Orange is new to this. Okay, I understand now. I see what's going on. He's had and still has a lot on his plate to do. And he's had so much to juggle. Not doing much of anything, tweeting up a storm, running and bullying people like world leaders, the political opposition, many detractors, the American people, even his own subordinates, and sitting on his fat ass watching Fox News every day. Here, the president is new at this. I see who's going here. Oh, no, I don't. Goddamn fucking right is new to this! He's not a politician. He's barely a businessman who gets nothing done while somehow or his family. He's just doing the damn election just to get as much as possible attention as possible. Everything he said or done has been horrible. See the post on my site, by Bushy, about this. He doesn't care about the job, or the qualifications, or the work, or the negative attention. He just wants the attention from supporters and detractors alike. And subordinates will kiss his ass at every turn to keep their jobs, making themselves look like damn fools in the process. While it can be entertaining depending on the day and depending on your view, these people are still running our country. And it scares me. Sorry, not sorry, Paul Ryan. Ignorance is not offense. And lying should be a crime for the highest and most trusting position in America. Now, say what you will about comparing our government to the one portrayed in House of Cards, but there's a big difference. Frank Underwood is a brilliant man. He knows when he's gone too far, which is rare. He knows what he's doing, and he knows how to cover his tracks. To horrible ends, yes, but still. Most importantly, he's a credible and experienced politician. Orange is not even a good businessman. He just knows how to talk at the right time. Okay, I'll be done in a minute. Orange, if you want to lie to get a headline, be good at it, damn it. We have a White House child in the White House, and his workers are babysitters. I cannot get it every passing day, but unfortunately I am, and it will happen. Well, folks, I gotta stop here for now because I gotta go home. I'm actually visiting my sister right now, and my ride's about to leave. So I'll say an hour or so to do a part 2, maybe. So I'll see you then. Love you all, and I'll see you around.